So my time is up with the 2018 Mazda 3. Can I get a hashtag zoom zoom? Hey, Dave Erickson here with Everyman Driver, and I'm about to give you kind of a quick overview of this vehicle. During my research, looking back at my archives, I've reviewed the 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, and now the 18. So that means I'm going to forego some of the features that I would normally do in a detailed car review because this vehicle hasn't changed too much from last year. But there's some cool things I want to show you with it and what I've experienced this week in my full week of driving, because I put over 300 miles on it and I've got some fuel economy numbers to share with you. First of all, there are two engine options, a 2-liter and a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. 6-speed manual transmission is standard, which is cool. You got to have that for a cool driving car like this. The 6-speed automatic is optional. The 2-liter engine gets 155 horses. This one right here, 184. And there are 3 trim levels: Sport, Touring, and Grand Touring. We have the Grand Touring. There's a sedan and also they call it a 4-door hatchback. This is considered like a 5-door because the hatchback is considered a door, so to speak. And 16-inch wheels on the Sport. Otherwise, you're looking at 18s, and we have 18s right there. This has always been a really cool vehicle to look at. It drives really fun. People really talk about its driving dynamics and how it handles. It's a fun car to drive, and that still holds true in 18 as it did in 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, or more so probably 15, 16, 17. Let me go inside and I'll show you some of the things that it features inside. With this, you've got some really cool leather interior trim with it because we have the Grand Touring trim level. It's the highest trim level. Push button start. 7-inch screen there that kind of protrudes. I've never really been a fan of the displays that are up on the dash like that, but that's kind of what you get. You do have a heads-up display that pops up on the screen. You can kind of see there. It'll show you the miles per hour and other details like that. Here's your instrument cluster, the big main dial in the center for RPMs, because that's pretty cool. Otherwise, your miles per hour are right there. See, 320 miles is what I put on it so far, so I've got a really good sense of average this week, and I've already had to fill it up a little bit. It was like a little over 300 miles before I had to fill it up and put some more gas in it. Gosh, 36 degrees. That's why I'm actually wearing pants today. I haven't worn pants since, I don't know, March. Okay, so here's the dial down below, which just like last time. And I'm going to go to the home button. It's going to take me a second to get up here. So now I'm going to turn the dial, and it's going to go to applications, press it in, and then I can see the fuel economy monitor. And this is supposed to average 30 in mixed driving, and I was up over 30 as of yesterday, and then today I drove kind of slow around town through some school zones, so I kind of dropped it down to 28 miles per gallon in mixed driving. But that's right around where Mazda says you should be getting with their vehicle, and hey, that's what it is. Looks pretty good. Down here to home again, communication for phone, so I have Bluetooth hooked up, navigation, some of the settings here, so you can adjust your heads-up display in these things here. It's got some pretty good safety features on this too: blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, traffic sign recognition system, so that it'll let the car know, okay, and put it up here that you're in a certain speed zone, so you don't have to worry about looking around. It'll show it up there. One of my favorite safety features in this car is the adaptive cruise control, and which is interesting about this is that we have a manual transmission and you have an adaptive cruise control. So I did some driving on the highway earlier this week, and I was experimenting with it, and it works really well. So if you're going in, let's say 5th or 6th gear, you're driving at 60, 65, 70, and you set the cruise control, and it slowed down and maintained a certain speed, a certain distance between you and the car in front of you. So that's pretty cool, especially for a manual transmission. Automatic's a lot easier because you don't have to worry about shifting, but that's kind of the iffy part, wondering if it'll work. It does work just fine with a manual transmission. Here's the button for the adaptive cruise control, setting the distance between you and the car in front of you there. There's cruise control options, Bluetooth right there so you can answer the phone when someone calls. Lane departure warning over here. Controls in the door panel, of course. Dual climate controls. This has a heated steering wheel, which really helped out today with heated seats, which I'm using right now. And cup holders there, cup holder options in the door panels. Just like last time, we have a sliding sunroof here. Let me go ahead and show you what the backseat legroom and headroom looks like for a guy my size. What is my size, you ask? 5'11", 190 something. So here's my legroom behind the driver's seat. Again, this is my position as a driver up front. So this is me sitting behind myself in this vehicle. So, you know, it's okay. As far as headroom, there is definitely an indent in the roof line. So yeah, I still have a couple more inches before I would become uncomfortable. Leather trim seats, of course. They say room for 5, would be a little tough here for the middle person. There's an armrest that folds down, pair of cup holders there. I prefer the front 2 seats, why wouldn't you? Now I want to show you a demo of the cargo room. It's 12.3, 12.4 cubic feet of cargo room. But I was out on a bike ride recently, so I thought, let me record what it looks like. So I'm gonna go roll that video now. This is very impressive to me. My entire triathlon bike, my truck speed concept, can fit in the back of the Mazda3 5-door. Isn't that pretty cool? And all I have to do is close it up, and there's the proof. Here's a look from inside. So yeah, I'm still in my seated position as a driver and really hasn't changed that much in terms of position. So yeah, if you have a full-size bike, 10-speed or otherwise, if you position it just right, it'll fit in the back of the Mazda3. So the MSRP on this 2018 Mazda 3 5-door Grand Touring is under $24,000. We also have a premium package on it. So what you see right here is $28,700 and change. I'm going to put a link below the video to my 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 Mazda 3 car reviews, because then you can see some of the ride and handling impressions and some more details, because basically, again, this car is much like it was last year, so I don't want to waste your time with having to go over that when you can just look at maybe last year's video in the description below this. All right, thanks so much for watching. Take care, drive safe. We'll see you next time. Adios.
How do you know you're getting the best deal on a new or used car? Call 844-765-0610. Make one phone call to hear about all the great deals near you. We know all the brands and all the best deals. We're not a dealer. We're here to help you find the right car. Call 844-765-0610 today.